where we are joining from. All right. Oh, Michael is joining from Sapele Delta. Oh my, that's so nice. It's so nice to have you on the call, Michael. So nice to have you on the call. Habs Delta, by the way. The surprise footballer. It's nice to have you on the call, surprise. Okay, I still have one or two people typing, so I'm gonna wait for their response. But it's so nice to have you all on the call. Let me check if we have someone that just joined. Okay, we have Bukola. Nice to have you on the call, Bukola. Then, we have Timothy Deku from Lagos. It's nice to have you on the call. It's nice to have you on the call, basically. All right. Okay, so that we do not waste any time, I'm going to start the session. We already have our speaker with us, and I'm sure that she's ready to dissect and speak to the topic to the best of the best of the best. All right, so I'm going to start. So I will just do a brief introduction of Technetics for some of you that might not know us or what we do. I'm going to do that brief introduction, after which we'll bring Pusai on board to start our session. But as you join, keep on introducing yourself. Let's know where you're from, and let's connect, right? So before I even start sharing my screen, I want to run a poll. I want to know a feel of everyone that is in class, right? So when you see the poll, please take the poll. It will help us know the feel of the class, right? So I'm going to be sending it out. So the poll is, are you new to cybersecurity? What it means is that have you heard of cybersecurity before? Or if you pick, are you new to cybersecurity? If you pick yes, that means we know that you're a beginner. But if you pick no, we know that you're an expert or you have a good standing with cybersecurity. So I'm running the poll already. I want to I want to see our answers rather. Are you new to cybersecurity? Yes or no? So what I'm just trying to get is, have you heard of that term before? If you've heard of the term, what's your hope? Do you already work in that area, right? I'm getting some votes already. 2 people voted yes, they are new to cybersecurity. I'm waiting for our expert to those that have been doing cyber for a while. Let's get your answers, right? All right, so while we do that, I'm just going to share my screen and get right into it. All right, so I didn't know I put a maybe. All right, so we have some people that are not sure if they are new or they are. All right, so I'm gonna check what we're having here. All right, so yes, we have people new to cybersecurity. That's nice. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to get right into it. Sorry. All right, please confirm you can see my screen. Besides, you could help confirm that, please, or anybody. You can just confirm by show of hand. Thank you. Please, can you see my screen? Please, can anyone see my screen? Amazing. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm going to start this. So just a little bit about Eclitics, what we do, why we do what we do, and just for you to know, because basically, so we are empowering Africa's workforce for a digital future, and we've seen the skill gap, we've seen the projected job opportunities, and we've seen where we are and where we can get people, when they have the right digital skills. And that's why we do what we do, right? We're an edtech institution and we're driving Africa's growth by equipping its workforce with critical digital skills, aligning with the SDG goals for quality education and decent work and economic growth. We're also accredited by the CPD certification service in the UK, and we adopt a blended model of quad-based learning programs, a practice-driven virtual simulation lab, and a live project implementation. So what that means is we run quad-based learning programs, not only quad-based learning programs, right? We also run short corbits. We call them corbits, just very short courses to enable people with skill or upskill. We also have a virtual lab called Pulse where our students can work with live projects at the end of their learning journey. We want to be the leading force in Africa's digital transformation, equipping professionals with essential skills that foster economic growth, resilience, and sustainable development across Nigeria and the continent. And our mission is to reskill over 10,000 professionals by 2025. That's that's an amazing mission, and that's why we are doing all of these webinars. We're doing training sessions to ensure that we are surpassing our mission. Thank you. And we've talked about the problem statement, right? That with over 230 million jobs expected to require digital skills by 2030, existing training programs meet only 20% of demand, risking a $180 billion loss in GDP by 2025. And we're yet to solve that problem. We're yet to ensure that we're not losing out of the digital skills. We're not losing out of the jobs that are on ground for us to take and scale in our respective careers or whatsoever we do. And these are the solutions that we've brought on board. We have, like I said earlier, we have a quad-based learning model that drives peer-to-peer engagement, collaboration, and deeper understanding. You get to meet people that, are of like minds with you, and you just, go on that journey together. We also have our virtual lab, like I said, it helps our students work on, real life data, real life scenarios, not just abstract. Then we have a really strategic internship placement on live client projects because there's a consulting arm of Techletics and where that works. And we also have an AI-enabled LMS, right? Our learning management system where where the students can get real-time feedback on their assignments, quizzes, just to ensure that time is not being wasted and they're being attended to on time. These are notable partnerships. The NSC, we're helping them train their engineers. We've done 2 quads on digital skills. The last one was data analytics. The one before that was data analytics and no code or low code software development. These are the brands that have trusted us over the years and still continue to trust us. Our notable clients. And this is the best team. We have Tayo, the founder, we have myself, we have Timothy, we have Triumph. And this is why we are here today, right? We're here to talk on from zero to cyber hero, how to start a cybersecurity career without a tech degree, right? Many people think, all of these tech careers, you need to be a tech pro or you need to have studied computer science or computer engineering. But today we're coming to, speak on that and to create, the awareness that needs to be created around this topic to say you can start wherever you are. All you need is the right guidance and the right counsel. And we have our amazing Olubusayo Oyekom, who is a technical operations engineer at EKDC, to take us on this journey. And we're going to have an amazing time because, for Busayo, have been under would I say instruction, for the lack of a better word, and she's amazing at what she does. She's really good at what she does. So I know that we're in great hands tonight. Let's just say, let me just allow you guys to meet your instructor. So Olubusayo Oyeko is a cybersecurity professional with a strong background in physics and a passion for engineering and technology. Wow. She holds the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity and Microsoft Azure Security Engineer Associate certifications. Olubusayo focuses on cloud security architectures, identity and access management, and API protection. She's also actively exploring emerging technologies in the AI space with experience in programming languages such as Python and driven by a commitment to continuous learning and knowledge sharing. Olubusaya helps others build strong foundations in cybersecurity and cloud security. Please, can we make welcome Olubusayo Oyekon as she takes us in this session. Now, before Olubusayo comes on board, I just want to say one more thing and I'll be off your pieces. Right. We have a cybersecurity training that's going to be starting in July and July 19th, and it's going to be running for 2 months, right? This is just a tester session, and we know that by the end of this session you have questions to say, oh, how can I learn, how can I get into it? Well, we have the package for you. It runs for 2 months. It's going to start in July on the 19th, and it's just for 300,000 naira. You can spread the payment. We have diverse payment options, but you can just reach out to me. I will have a conversation. I'll drop a link on the group chat. But let's just even have an amazing time first, and then we see how well we want to get into the cybersecurity space. So thank you for listening to me, and let's welcome Busayo as she takes us in this session. Welcome, Busayo. It's nice to have you. Thank you for accepting our invitation to speak. Welcome, Busayo.
Thank you so much for that, Glory. Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening from Lagos. Good evening from Sapele. I saw someone from Sapele Delta. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are. I can hear you clearly.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. All right. So let's get into it. Let me quickly share my screen. Just give me a minute. Okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay, so welcome to today's webinar on From Zero to Cyber Hero. And we're talking on how to start a cybersecurity career without a tech degree. I have a number of exercises planned for this evening. But because I'm sharing, I don't think I'll be able to access the chats as much because I want to be asking questions and I want us to be replying in the chat. So it's going to be an engaging session. So please, you're going to permit me. Sometimes I'm going to put off my screen so that I can engage you guys. And sometimes we come back so that we can just continue, right? But before then, let me yes, Gloria has said a lot about me. Thank you for that warm introduction. So yes, I studied physics in school, and for years I've taught Python, I've taught Java, and I've taught Scratch. I have cybersecurity certifications, which were mentioned. I have the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity, as well as the Microsoft Azure Security Associate certificate. And I am a cloud security professional. I also do API protection. I'm also involved in ethical hacking and pen testing. and I am a cybersecurity tutor at Techlitics, amongst others. All right, so before we started, Glory asked a number of us if we have a background in tech, or maybe we studied something related to computer science, IT, systems engineering. And I know that a lot of us said no, and which is why we have this webinar. Yes, it is very possible for someone who doesn't have a background in tech to break into cybersecurity. I've gotten questions also on, do we need to know programming in order to be in cybersecurity? And my question is always, it depends. My answer rather is always, it depends. Because there are some things that you will need to know a bit of code for, and there are some that you don't need to know any form of code. So cybersecurity is very diverse, and there is something for everyone. That's what I want all of us to know. There is something for everyone. And another thing I want us to know is that cybersecurity is not just hacking. Cybersecurity is just not hacking. So please just permit me to stop sharing. Okay. So cybersecurity is not just hacking. I know people who, when they hear cybersecurity, they think of, hacking and things like that. And I want to ask a question. When we watch movies and we try to see people break into someone's computer, we see them typing away. They just go, and then we start seeing characters moving on the screen. Things are popping up, things are coming out, images are reducing and enlarging, things are happening, right? It seems so fast, like what is going on? And when we think of cybersecurity, we tend to think about that, and that's not right. It's more or less like the way Hollywood has portrayed cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is much more relatable than we think. So when we talk about cybersecurity, I would say the best way for me to explain it in the simplest way is our security guards. Basically, the people who guard our gates, who guard our doors, those people are an example of who cybersecurity professionals are. It's just, the difference is just that they are guarding physical buildings, entrances, but we are guarding digital resources, data, and other things like that, especially our private information. Now, when a lot of people who want to break into cybersecurity start thinking about, okay, so what do I want to do in cybersecurity? Because cybersecurity is large. When we hear cybersecurity, they think ethical hacking or just, white hats, black hats, and things like that. And then when they get into it and they start doing their research, they go into a roadblock because cybersecurity is diverse. And I've had people ask me that, what path do I go in? Like, what do I do when I'm in cybersecurity? What do I, what path do I follow in cybersecurity? So tonight I'll be giving us the just few of the roles in cybersecurity, like the careers in cybersecurity that we can actually go into. And after that, we're going to do a bit of exercise. And I hope we have our pens and our paper because we'll be doing a little bit of hands-on. All right? Okay, so can we still hear me? If you can hear me, just put up a thumbs up or say something in the chat so that I can know that we're still here. All right, thank you. Okay, so in cybersecurity, we have the GRC. The GRC is short for governance, risk, and compliance. This is a part in cybersecurity that deals with policies, that deals with making laws and ensuring that people follow those rules and laws. They write policies and they make sure that the policies are available and accessible for everyone, and are also not so rigid so that we can actually follow those policies. We also have security awareness or security advocates, cybersecurity advocates. And cybersecurity advocates basically means someone who ensures that as a lot of people, as many people as possible, know about cybersecurity and can keep themselves digitally safe online. That is the job of a cybersecurity awareness trainer or an advocate. Then we have a SOC analyst. The SOC analyst, SOC stands for Security Operations Center. And the people who are SOC analysts are basically those who defend organizations, they defend networks, they defend their systems. They make sure that attackers do not get into the system. They make sure that threat actors do not get into your system. And we have risk analysts. From the word risk analysts, they are just people who review the risks, taking a particular action, in doing something and see if it's worth it. If we do this thing, is it going to cost us? If we don't do it, will it cost us? So now there are a lot of things that happen in the cybersecurity organization that we think it doesn't happen everywhere, but it does. It does happen everywhere. Now, when you want to do something and you think you're going to lose money, that is a risk. If you go on with that thing, it shows that, okay, you are willing to take on that risk. So that's the job of a risk analyst. Also, we have threat intelligence. Threat intelligence basically breaks down the threats, looks for what is it about this threat that is different from other ones? Why is this one given this type of impact and the other ones before did not? What is different about this compared to another? Basically, we just try to dissect what is wrong, what went wrong, and how can we come back stronger in the organization. Then we have cloud security. Cloud security is really dear to my heart because it's the future. And we know that AI is also the future, but cloud is the future. Cloud basically allows you to have your resources everywhere you are at any time. So you can access your data, you can access your digital resources from wherever at whatever time. So the cloud is very powerful because as much as you have your resources in the cloud, there will always be people who are trying to steal your data from you. And cloud security ensures that the resources you've kept online, that is in the cloud, they are safe and unauthorized people cannot have access to those data. And we also have the penetration tester. This penetration tester is very similar to the people we see in TV where it's hype away and things happen. You know, when they all do the and they click a button and they're like, I'm in. So penetration testers are people who are closely represented like that in Hollywood. But that's not usually what it is. That's not usually what it is because pen testing takes more time, takes more skill. It's not about how fast you can type. It's not about how quick you can hit it and be like, I mean, no, that's not about it. It's not about how fast. It's about what you find. What you find is what makes you a very good penetration tester. Now, I want to do a career matching game, right? I want us to take our pieces of paper or book or jotter that we have, and then we're going to do a quick exercise. So I'm going to give us a few seconds to get that ready. And if we have writing materials nearby and ready, we can just let me know. Just let me know in the comment section. Okay, so 2 people are ready. Let me just receive one more ready and then we start. All right. Okay, wait, there's a question in the chat. I didn't get what field you mentioned after risk analyst and before cloud security. Yes, that is threat intelligence. Threat intelligence. Okay. Now, I want us to write 5 things about ourselves. Things about yourself. Are you creative? Are you more technical? Are you a people's person? Do you like solving problems? Do you like breaking things? Do you try to figure out what makes something tick? You know, those things about you that answers questions like that. That if they look at those 5 things, if somebody looks at those 5 things, they can get what you can do for fun, what gives you purpose, basically. So we're going to write that in our books. Please don't drop anything in the chat for now. Just write those 5 things. And if you have written those 5 things, just comment done in the chat box. So while we are thinking about that, these 5 things should have your interests and motivations. For example, do you enjoy solving puzzles or figuring how things work? Or are you more interested in helping people? Like you just don't want somebody to fall into a particular trap. You're not particular about that. Or do you prefer, doing things yourself, being technical? Okay. So are we done? If we are done, let's just type done in the chat. If you are done, let's type done in the chat. Okay, we have a number of done. All right, so now what this exercise is going to do is to give us a sense of what career path would be best for you. It doesn't have to necessarily be cybersecurity, but it also helps in cybersecurity. It helps in whatever kind of role you want to get into. It helps to give you a sense of purpose, like what would you flourish in? What would you do and you would do well? What will you do and they don't need to force you to do it? You understand? Things like that. So, but I'm going to try and give a bit of overview answers based on cybersecurity. Now, if you enjoy solving puzzles, you enjoy finding how things work, or maybe in your house you are the one that will loosen the light bulb, you're the one that will remove wires from somewhere, you're the one that would open up the TV to try to figure out why the TV is showing, things like that. So that could mean that you are a red teamer, and a red teamer means that you are in the offensive side. You could be a pen tester or a vulnerability analyst, okay? And if you enjoy talking to people, you enjoy enlightening people, you could be a security awareness specialist or cybersecurity trainer. Now, if you enjoy writing reports, maybe you blog a lot, content creation, you write, maybe technical writing, things like that, then you could be a GRC analyst or a compliance analyst. And if you enjoy observing, you have a knack for seeing things that other people might not see. Probably, maybe when you are looking for things that maybe you and a group of people are working on something, but a lot of people are not seeing something, and you are the only one that can see it, or maybe just you and a few number of people. It could be possible that you are more inclined to monitoring. You are more inclined to monitoring. You can envision. You can I don't want to say see into the future, but basically you can actually understand that this thing is going to turn out this way if we do it that way. So you could be more inclined to be a SOC analyst or an incident responder. Now, if you like building things that work, you like building solutions for people. If somebody says something is wrong, and in your mind, you've already started thinking of 10 things you can do in order to make that person's life easier. It doesn't have to be exactly, but it could be normal things that we do. And you notice that you're a problem solver. You like to solve problems. You basically look for problems to solve. That could be that you could work in cloud security or application security. And if you are more like Sherlock Holmes, you like to investigate. You like to investigate. You like to pick things. You like to, when you enter somewhere, you're already dissecting. You're already observing. You're already trying to figure some things out. It could be that you will be more inclined to be a digital forensics analyst or a threat hunter. Okay. Now, let's quickly go into what to do if you do not have a tech degree at all. Now, the first thing is to study. do your research. Do your research. That was why I asked us to write those 5 things. Do your research and try to pick a niche. Understand what you want to do in cybersecurity before you delve into it. I've seen a lot of people start from something or one career path, dive into another, move into another. Yes, you can wear multiple hats. You can wear multiple hats, but something will actually be more, something will be very, 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 will stand out more. Something will stand out more. That's the thing that pushes you. That's the thing that drives you. All right. So let me share my screen again. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, so can we see my screen now? Okay, so let me just go back. All right, so now when we want to go into cybersecurity without a tech degree, we need all the support that we can get. We need all the support that we can get. And you can get support from boot camps. Boot camps are like a fellowship. They are like a community where people with the same goal come together. They come together to learn. They come together to network. They come together to share ideas, share knowledge, and they graduate. It's basically like a camp, but more or less a professional camp. Do you understand? It's like all these summer camps. Summer camps. It's usually for a short period of time, but it's very intensive, very, very intensive, and it can give you what you need to kickstart your career in cybersecurity. The next is to familiarize yourself with the fundamentals. Do not skip the fundamentals. Take as much time as you need to learn the fundamentals. If you need 6 months or more to just understand the fundamentals of cybersecurity, do so. I used to tell my students that before you go into hands-on things in cybersecurity, learn the fundamentals, learn the frameworks, learn the CIA triad, understand why cybersecurity is very, very important. Because when you move up and then you skip the fundamentals, you will come crashing down. The fundamentals are basically your foundation and you need it 100%. You need to be very, very 100% in it. Also, networking. In order to start a career without a tech degree, you do not have the tech degree. So you need to know people so that at least, even if you're not there, your names will be mentioned in rooms. Your names will be mentioned in places that you aspire to be. And it will help you a lot. Because if you network with the right people, you would also be placed in the right place at the right time. Okay? A lot of careers, a lot of jobs have been gotten through networking. Somebody just needs to know somebody that does something. And then if an opening comes up, the person will think of you because you've met the person, you've spoken with the person, you've shared your ideas with that person, and the person would relate with you on a different level. And then we'll remember, okay, this person does this. Let me hit this person up so that, we'll see what we can do about it. Also, we have certifications. There used to be a debacle about maybe you use more on skills than certifications, but I think it's a 50-50 thing. If you have the skill, a certification is just a proof of your skill. Your skill is how will I put it, is what makes you worthy of that certification. All right. So if you have a certification and maybe you just crammed to pass that certification, or you were just lucky, and you do not have a skill to back up that certification, the certification is useless. Because if you use that certification to get a job, then you're going to work twice as much, twice as hard in order to get things done, because you do not even have that skill in the first place. Right? So it is better for you to get the skill and then validate your skill with a certification than to have a certification without knowing the skills in-depthly. All right. So another one is online training. Yes, a lot of people understand the type of method that they use to learn. A lot of people might say they want physical. Some will say they thrive well with online or virtual. But learning never stops, and you learn as much as you can, and you learn in the places that you can access. Now, if peradventure you do not have a physical place to go to, your learning must not stop. All right. So that's why you have online training. This online training will help you to bridge the gap between not doing something and just waiting around. All right. It will help you to at least do something, learn something every day, learn something even when you are not at that place, at the place of the physical learning. You would always learn using online training. Also, find a mentor. We have a lot of big shots in cybersecurity. We have big people. We have Russell Badari. We have Confidence David. We have Dr. Iriti. We have Aliyu Yisa. We have a lot of people in the cybersecurity space. Find a mentor. And if you want to find a mentor, you must be willing to do something by yourself, because your mentor will not spoon feed you. Your mentor is not your teacher. Your mentor is just your mentor, meaning that if you run into a roadblock, that's when you go meet the person. And the person will not necessarily tell you the answer, but it will point you in the right direction. That's what a mentor does. So you are the one that is going to pick up yourself, figure out what you want to do, and say, okay, this is the path that I want to go into, and I want to stick to it. So I'm going to find a mentor that will help me grow in this path that I have chosen. All right. So finding a mentor is very key. And you can find a mentor in two ways. You can find a mentor and be mentored from afar, or you can directly reach out to that person and ask to be a mentor. It could work those two ways. So it depends on which one works for you. If you prefer to just be in the background, look at this person, get encouragement and inspiration from the person, do that. If you need to meet the person one-on-one, explain the things that you're going through, and the person will now guide you. That's another part. All right. So find a mentor, find what works for you, and stick with it. Also, gain practical experience. Gain practical experience. It's not enough to just learn. You have to do as well. You have to do. And your experience is what will show your skill. Your experience will show your skill. And what is that experience? The projects that you have built using the skills that you have developed. Okay? The projects that you have built using the skills that you have developed. So that will show people your skill. That is your experience. And to other people, they see skill, right? They see projects. They see the things that you have done. They see your portfolio. Then your portfolio will start to grow. Also, if you don't have a tech degree and you want to break into cybersecurity, you need to start building your CV. You need to start building your CV and then start working on this practical experience that I've mentioned. So this practical experience that I mentioned are the things that will make up for your lack of tech degree. So the lack of tech degree just shows that you went to school, you are learned, and you are educated. And your experience shows that not only did you just go to school and learn and become educated, you also have the skill in order to build. So a lot of people will just go to school and not build anything, but you went to school, you graduated, right? Even though it's not a tech degree, but you are building things and you are building in public. So build in public, build in public. I think a lot of you have seen my LinkedIn. You see that the things that I'm building. I don't post a lot about the things I'm building. I'm trying to change that. That's why I'm starting to post a lot. But show that you are doing this thing. Show that you can do it. And people will start to take notice of you. They'll start to take note of you. And then when they start seeing you, they start to note you. They know that, okay, this person does this. This person does this. And when the opportunity comes up, your name will flow. They will start speaking your name that, this person does this. It's very good. And sometimes you might even get validations from people. They will tell you that you're doing good, you're doing well. Keep it up. Kudos to you. Build in public. Gain practical experience. Build projects. Very, very important. So we've come to the end of the roadmap. What's the time? Okay, we have just 10 minutes. I want to see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions so far?
All right, somebody has a question. Space. So, Space, I'm going to unmute you and then you can speak. So, I've done that already. So, please speak when you can. And for others that have questions, so you can just raise your hand and I would unmute you so that you can speak. Yeah, we can hear you speak. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Please go on.
So my question is, she spoke about getting skills and gaining practical experience. So like my question was how to get those skills and where to get practical experience when you are still when okay, probably you have no tech experience and most of your learnings are probably online. So like how do you go about going to look for practical experience and developing your skills? If certification alone is not enough because you say certifications are useless when you don't have the skills and all of that. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. So, did you get that?
Okay, yes, please. I got that. I got that. Should I answer the question now or you have another question to add?
No, that's all.
All right. Okay, so how do you get skills? You get skills from online trainings. Now, a lot of online trainings have labs. The courses have labs where you can do your cybersecurity learning and projects in a safe environment. And I'll give you an instance. We have Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me is one of the biggest platforms where you can learn cybersecurity and you can even also choose the path that you want to learn about. So if you want to learn about being a SOC analyst, you choose that path on Try Hack Me and you follow it and then you do labs as well. And if you want to do cloud security, it's also available on Try Hack Me. If you also want to be a penetration tester, it's also available on Try Hack Me. We also have others like Hack the Box as well. We have Hack the Box and we have CTFs. And we also have online courses. There is we have Coursera. and we have Udemy. Now, this Udemy will give you projects to work on. Not only will they just teach you about how to use these tools, they will also tell you that, okay, you can do this with the tools. So what is left to you now is to, if you're going to be a penetration tester, you're going to have a VM, you're going to build a VM, build your own home lab. All right? Is
Yes, ma'am.
someone speaking?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to build your own home labs. You're going to be doing things in your home lab. You're going to be upskilling in your home lab. You're going to be building things in your home lab. Now, your home lab is going to be like a virtual machine, a safe place where you can run same tools. You can basically just use tools that you've learned about in class on your virtual machine. That's why we have Wireshark. You can use Wireshark to monitor ports. You can use Nmap to scan for ports, things like that. And you're going to talk about it. So when talking about the skills that you have gained, that's another case on its own. You don't just say, I used Nmap and scan this, or your skill is using Nmap, or your skill is monitoring. There's a way you write it. You put it down in a way that shows that it's logical, it is technical. Do you understand? Something that you've done and you think it's very simple, it might not be very simple. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry, ma'am. One more question.
Okay.
So does it add to the portfolios, like?
Yes. Yes. Every project that you've done, every skill that you've gained should be added to your portfolio.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other question?
There's one on the chat. Okay, so just a bit of recap of the roadmap from study to research and the rest. How do I get into a boot camp to further strengthen the skill?
All right. Okay, so Timothy, the best answer I can give you is use social media. Use social media to your advantage. Search for internships, search for fellowships, search for boot camps that are free. There are a lot of them going on. And I'm pretty sure that Twitter and LinkedIn has tons of them. They have tons of them, a lot of them. And before you know it, one program is starting today, another program is starting tomorrow. Just pick one of them. It's never ending. It's never ending. Pick one of them and join and stay there. Form a community, build a community where if you fall into an issue, if you hit a roadblock, you can ask questions. You can ask questions and you'll be sure that somebody will follow you. And personally, I'm in a number of communities. I was with the Cybersecurity Foundations where I was learning with over 500 girls cybersecurity. And right now I'm in the alumni community. We still help each other. We still ask questions. We still, we are always learning. So having a community is very, very important. So just search for boot camps on Twitter. Search for boot camps on LinkedIn. But please be very, very careful. In your quest for searching for boot camps, please do not fall into scammers' hands. If we do know that threat actors are everywhere and they exploit everything. So I know of one who before they will tell you it's free, but before you get your certificate, you have to pay. Now, in that case, the knowledge you've gained, you know that you've gained that knowledge, right? All you need to do is just to use that knowledge, build a project. After you've built a project with that knowledge, you put it in your portfolio and you leave the certificate alone. All right? Knowing that the certificate, it's supposed to be free, right? Now, but you can also do in-depth research. Ask people who have gone through that same program, who have gone through that same bootcamp. Ask them, is it worth doing? If I dive into it, how much time do I need? So you don't just waste your time, all right? So you don't waste your time. Do full research on the bootcamps or the fellowships or the programs you want to join. Even the internships you want to join. There are a lot of internships that are free. There's one Future, Security, Red Users, Prodigy, a lot of them. And then after doing those ones that are online, there is the big shots. There is Cyblack, where you can go and join. There is DGs who even pay their interns. There is Deloitte. There is KPMG. There are a lot of companies who give opportunities to people who are just starting out in cybersecurity. They will teach you cybersecurity. Some may even pay you while they are teaching. And basically, you learn as you go. All right. So does that answer your question, Timothy?
We have another question, Busayo.
Okay, yes. I want to ask, is this meant for just beginners, or can I ask questions as an intermediate? It's for both beginners and intermediates. So if you have a question, you can just drop it. All right. Okay, so any other question? If you have a question, you can raise up your hand if you want to say your question. And if you don't want to speak, you can just write it in the chat box. Okay.
All right. I don't think I can see any question. All right, just to add to what Busayo has been saying. By the way, Busayo, thank you. It has been an amazing session, and I love the fact that it was just a roadmap, not too many stories, just straight to the point, and a direct. We had like direct steps to what we can do to actually break into the cybersecurity career without a tech degree. Thank you so much for making this very seamless and
Thank
giving
you
us
so much for me.
pointers that can help, right? Okay, Olusegun already sent in this question. What certification should a beginner consider?
Okay, so the CompTIA Security Plus basically talks about fundamentals in cybersecurity, while the Certified Ethical Hacker talks about basically asks questions about you being an ethical hacker. Those are two completely different certifications, right? So the CEH is not basically a beginner certification, but the CompTIA Security Plus, yes, it is. A lot of people would argue that it's an intermediate certification, but no, a lot of entry roles right now are asking for the CompTIA Security Plus. So it would be good if you have a CompTIA Security Plus, but even if you do not have that, that doesn't mean you cannot break into cybersecurity. I've seen people break into cybersecurity, get jobs without one single certification. It was after they got a job that they started, going to get certifications. So just do what works for you. If one doesn't, maybe you have a plan and it's not going according to plan, please do not relent. Okay? Do not relent. There is no just one fixed way to break into cybersecurity. All right?
There's another question under.
Okay, yes. So it says that I've been trying to understand the firewall lately. What is a firewall and how does it work? Okay, so if I want to explain this in a very layman language, the firewall is not basically a wall, but it's a logical wall where if you are not granted access, you won't be allowed to pass. That's what the firewall does. It blocks access to unauthorized IP addresses. So if a request is coming from somewhere, or if you are in an organization and there's a firewall in that organization, so if you want to access sites, websites that have been blocked by the organization, you're going to hit a firewall. So the firewall will not allow outgoing requests to that site. So that's just what the firewall does. It's like a logical wall that stops the firewall, that stops requests. So every time you browse the internet, you are constantly sending requests. So what a firewall does is that it is in between those requests to show that, okay, will I allow this request? Because the firewall will have series of policies and rules that it should allow or do not allow. So if it finds out, okay, this IP address is coming from a location that is allowed, it will allow. So, okay, this IP address is trying to access the sites that is allowed, it will allow. But if this IP address is not allowed to access this particular site, it will not allow. Or if this IP address is not recognizable, I do not know this IP address, it will not allow it. Okay? So that is what a firewall is, and that's how it works. Does that answer your question?
Would wait for him to put that response on the chat box. All right. Okay. So I just wanted to chip in something while Olusegun can let us know if that answers this question. So Busayo mentioned a lot about community, about having people that you can learn with and all of those. And I know that at the beginning of this session, I had spoken about 1 minute. I want to share my screen. I'd spoken about our cybersecurity training. I hope you can see my screen, by the way, right? That's happening starting on the 19th of July, right? So this training is just going to help you understand the fundamentals of cybersecurity. Like today, we've just had a tester session. There's still a lot to learn, a lot to understand. And like what Busayo said, your foundation needs to be strong. You need to be able to build a lot of tenacity and understand what cybersecurity is about before just diving in. If you just see the short session today, we're able to just outline some areas that you could think about, you streamlining your practice, as you go into cybersecurity. So the class is going to run for 2 months, and you're going to have the best of the best of the best train you and ensure that you understand concepts into in. And of course, there is room for instrumental payments. If you want to have a conversation with me around this training, we can talk about it. Let's know if it fits let's know if it fits your career goal, if it fits, what you want to learn and where you want to see yourself in few months and few years from now, right? So we can have that conversation. I'll drop the link again on the chat, and do help to reach out or check our social media pages. Techritics, that's the website, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You'd even find more things that can help, as you go on this journey on our social media pages. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add. I hope we got that. All right. So Olusegun, I hope Busayo was able to answer your question. And do we have any more questions before we call it a day? Anybody else wants to say something or wants to ask a question? Do we have anybody like that? Anybody else? All right. I think we are good. Okay, somebody's typing. All right. I'll wait for that. Oh, Olusegun, amazing. I'm glad we're able to answer that question. So I already dropped the consultation link on the group chat. So thank you all so much for staying till the end of this session. What do we say to Busayo? We say thank you, right? We can just send an emoji of we clapping to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for an amazing time, Busayo. We are glad that you took out of your time to, give us out of your wealth of knowledge, and we are sincerely grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, before we leave, we just want to rate Busayo so that she feels hyped as she's going tonight. So how would you rate this session? I just sent out a poll. How would you rate this session? We want Busayo to feel hyped, and we want her to smile when she's sleeping tonight that, I had an amazing session with some guys at Techritics webinar. So how would you rate Busayo's session? Busayo, you already have me like 5-star votes. And that's amazing. Wow. So people are saying that you did amazingly well. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone that you're taking the poll.
Wow, thank
Busayo is
you.
grateful. On behalf of Busayo, I say thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So we've come to the end of today's webinar session. We hope to see you in other sessions that we're having around cybersecurity. And we hope to see you in our class that's starting on the 19th. Don't forget, if you want to have a conversation about it with me, kindly book a session with me and would be able to move on from that. Temtope says that she really learned a lot, and thank you very much. So thank you, Busayo, and thank you all for staying till the end of our webinar. I look forward to seeing us in our various webinars and in our training. All right, please enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, bye.